Well, guys, it is finally here. We finally have real leaks of what the Oblivion Remake is going to truly look like. And it's finally going to answer the question, is this a remake or a reskin or a re-whatever? And I'm happy to announce that it is a remake, completely from the ground up in Unreal Engine 5. Now, yesterday, or I think it was this morning actually, we saw a couple blogs come out and they had links to potential leaks from Virtuose's actual website, and they're the ones who are tasked with doing the remake. Now, the original thing was directly on their website, but they've already shut that plug down, so that's gone. But thankfully, we still have some images available. So straight away here, we see the title with Virtuose's logo on. Here's a compare and contrast of old graphics and new ones, and as you can see, it's a complete remake. Some art here as well. It's just fantastic to see. I mean, just look at that. Look at the landscapes. So it isn't just Oblivion with like a fresh coat of paint. It is a rebuild of the game with graphics of today's standards. I mean, just look at that image there. Like, that's obviously going to be a dungeon, and it's fantastic to see, because obviously of all the rumors going around, and you just never know whether you're going to get a true product or whether it's just going to be completely the same, just a little bit prettier. But from everything we can see here, it is a complete rebuild. I mean, just look at that. Look at the armor, look at the enemies. It looks like a modern game, but in Oblivion, in Cyrodiil. This one looks a little bit more like the original game, but it still looks a lot prettier. And then as we can see here, deluxe edition. So it looks like they'll be doing different packages with it. There's a couple more images of what it's gonna, how it's gonna be packaged up. You can see the one on the left here, the one on the right. So deluxe edition. It's funny, if you zoom in there, you can see I think the horse armor is gonna be part of the deluxe edition. So it's so funny how things come round full circle. That the horse armor was a perk back in 2006, and here it is again, offered in the deluxe edition. But from everything we can see here, I mean, how good does this look? I mean, it looks absolutely stunning. But these are the leaks of what we've got so far, or what's left. Apparently there was a lot more that's been leaked online. I think they've had it taken down now. They've plugged the gap, but I think we see enough to be able to make some predictions or some conclusions. But from everything that we can see, the game is obviously going to be completely rebuilt from the ground up. It's going to be made in Unreal Engine, and it's going to look not just look like a game from today, but it's also going to play differently as well. They've mentioned that they've made some changes to the HUD, in particular to make it more user-friendly or more modern. I think the original one, I didn't really have a problem with the original HUD, but I guess they're saying they want to make it even more modern. And then they've made changes to the combat as well, in particular to the stamina. I think in the original game, when I remember playing it, that the stamina ran out pretty quickly. And they've said that they are going to make combat more Souls-like. So, I mean, that's a good thing, because, you know, in the original one, I think you could just use heavy attacks, and jumping would use stamina, but if dodging's involved, that'll be great. And, yeah, so, you know, when you think about Oblivion was one of the greatest RPGs ever made. I mean, when Morrowind originally came out, that game did pretty well, and that was Bethesda when they first entered the handcrafted open world genre. Before that, games like Daggerfall and Arena, they would use procedural generation as the way of doing it. And then once they released Morrowind, they went more into a handcrafted setup. But obviously that game had many teething issues. I mean, it came out in 2002, the graphics were quite limited. And then Oblivion was actually, I'd say, the most successful step for Bethesda. I think the original Morrowind sold 4 million copies, and then Oblivion sold 12 million copies. So this thrust them into the spotlight. And I remember when I was a child, I played it for the first time, and this was my first ever open world game. Like, my true open world game with side quests and exploring a landscape, going anywhere you want. I mean, it is a classic. So to see it rebuilt is very exciting. And this is also good news, because from a lot of the leaks that we've seen, they've been saying about this Oblivion remake that it was going to come out around this time. And the other thing they were talking about was a Fallout 3 Remake. So if this is happening, then I think it's safe to assume, okay, we're going to get a Fallout 3 remake. But I think it's exciting because it's not just a reskin, which was my biggest fear. I was worried they were just going to have the same game like the one you're seeing on screen now, maybe clean it up a little bit, make it look a little bit prettier. So AKA, I thought it would be like the GTA trilogy, where it's the same game, same engine, just with some shiny graphics on it. But from the images that we've seen by Virtuos, it is completely rebuilt. So you will get to experience Oblivion as you did back then, but in a whole new engine with today's standards. And this is going to be huge for Bethesda because their whole career, everything they've made has been on the creation engine. So they made everything on the creation engine before, and many people have been debating about whether they should switch to Unreal. Some people didn't like that idea because they said it would lose a lot of the personality that Bethesda games have. So this is the first time we can actually see, well, how would a Bethesda game look and feel if it was in an Unreal engine? So this is going to be the test, really, and we're going to get to see if it's a success or not. And it works out for Bethesda because if it is successful and the game is a hit, then obviously they get the credit for doing the remake. And if things go wrong, they can just say, oh, well, it's Virtuos who did the remake. But it allows them basically to test it. And if it is a huge success, I know the Elder Scrolls 6 will be on the creation engine. They've confirmed that. But it opens the door for them. So say the Elder Scrolls 6 comes out and people say it's not very modern or it's behind the times. It gives them the tools to finally be able to make that switch, knowing that they've tested it and it's worked before. Basically, I don't really have much more to say. I just wanted to make a quick video and just show what I found in terms of the screenshots. It all looks legitimate. Like I said, this was on Virtuos' actual website and they managed to shut it down, but some of those screenshots are still out there. But it just looks exciting. I mean, if you were a fan of the original Elder Scrolls Oblivion, to be able to go back to Cyrodiil now and play the game again, but with today's graphics, I mean, that's incredibly exciting. The only thing that we've not confirmed is like, okay, well, how's the quest going to be set up? How's the dialogue going to be? Because in the original game, there was only like, I think like 5 or 6 voice actors overall. So hopefully they'll be making changes not just to the way it looks and the way it plays, but also to the way it sounds and the structure of the quests and such. It's a difficult task because they've got to match the magic of the original, so not deviate too far away from the original formula that they had, and make a whole new game, but they've also got to make it modern, so fans of today want to play it, because, you know, the original game came out in 2006, that's a long time ago, so fan expectations are a lot more higher. But anyway, that's all the news I wanted to bring. The Oblivion Remake, here we go. It looks fantastic. Screenshots there. But anyway, that's it for this one. Hopefully we'll hear news very, very, very soon. If you like the video, please give it the thumbs up. And if you are new here, please consider subscribing. I'm Av Gaming, where we do video game analysis, video game news, and hopefully a lot of content based around this Oblivion Remake. I just want to mention, don't forget about Sky Oblivion. It is a fan-made mod that is coming out at some point this year. They've literally built the Oblivion game in Skyrim's engine, and it looks absolutely fantastic. They've been at it for almost a decade now, and it is kind of a shame that this is going to drop right at the same time that they're releasing their version. But either way, make sure you try and support them as well. It is completely free. But anyway, that's it for this one. Thanks for watching. Av out.